Welcome back to 720 for this edition of Tasty Tuesday. Decided to check out a local brewery and restaurant.
Yep.
Celebrated its second anniversary earlier this month.
Yeah, Manitou Brewing Company. And ironically, we happened to go down during Colorado Craft Beer Week. So we decided to go from the front of the house to the back of the house once again. Never a really good idea, but we did a good job of not touching anything.
Right.
So Justin, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, it's time for another edition of
Tasty Tuesday.
Ahoy from Manitou Brewing Company, where I've taken the high road to talk about beer, right? No? There just wasn't room for me over there. So
No, but I like you up there.
I like
think
the
that's good.
captain of the ship over here.
Dominic, what does that mean with him being up there? Is that a bad situation for
No, I think he looks pretty good up there.
We're going to see if I can fit in the barrel.
Well, don't go in there like Strange Brew. That's another good movie. So we're here in the actual brewery, and again, you're the master brewer.
Head brewer.
Okay, head brewer. Sorry, I'm sure a master of it.
Well, we won't get into semantics. We won't get into it.
Now, this is where it all starts. I mean, beer, for those who don't know, it's right here. It starts as
Yeah, beer, so pretty much, I mean, all of your beer is going to be made with malted barley, malted wheat, something of that sort. So we get it in bags. So we're a small brewery again. We don't have a big grain silo. We get it in bags. It goes through the grain mill where we crush it up. Then what we do is we fill the mash tun with hot water. Throw the grain in. Yeah, it's pretty tight. Throw the grain in, let it do its thing. We're basically converting starch to sugar at that point. Then we filter it off, water it off into the boil kettle, which is that vessel right there. We boil it, add our hops, add spices, whatever we're doing for that particular batch. And once it's done, once it's boiled and ready, we transfer it over to these fermenters right here.
And you have, what, 5 fermenters? Is that
We
right?
have, yeah, five barrel fermenters, and they're always full.
Now, for distribution process, I know a lot of it's just going right into the tap room in there, but where throughout Colorado in the region can I actually get your beer other than right here in Manitou?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, since we are so small,
Yeah.
we actually don't distribute our beer. We don't bottle it.
Okay.
We're pretty hand to mouth with the beer here. So occasionally we will let a keg go to some close friends, and also as trade. Front Range Barbecue roast a pig for us every year, so we give them a couple kegs.
You want to give me your number so we can...
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm trying to be good friends. But anyway, continue.
So for the most part, it's all poured here on site.
And how much do you brew in a week? I mean, are we talking, in terms of kegs, or a number that maybe we'll all understand?
So because space is so tight,
Yeah.
the amount we can brew is really determined by how fast you guys drink our beer.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing really good.
I like throughout the show we're doing like the evolution of the glass here. So it's a great thing, and you guys are, I know, in a lot of different like beer competitions throughout the area, or at least beer gardens. What is it that you hear most often from people who have your beer, who taste what you're putting out there?
I think the response has been pretty positive, and the reason for that is, we do try to listen to what the consumers are asking for. Our front of house servers are great. They have great rapport with our regulars, and they ask for certain beers, and we try to meet what those customers want.
So, it's Tasty Tuesday. It's Thirsty Tasty Tuesday.
Yeah, sure.
So you guys have some great food here as well that you like to pair with your beer.
Absolutely.
So coming up in a few minutes, we're going to go back out to the bar. We'll see the progression of John's beer.
Yes.
And see where that's going, and also have a couple of the tasty treats to go with some of the great
Sounds good.
So, all right, we'll be back.
You like that little perch,
That
don't
served
you?
no purpose other than just to look down at you.
I like that, and I like how it's small batch, like they're talking about. They basically say that when they're out,
Yep.
and they've got to make more. They also have some very tasty food,
Yep.
including, guys, homemade fried pickles. They
love those things.
pickle
They
them
pickle the
themselves.
pickles.
They pickle the pickles.
They pickle the pickles in Manitou.
Yes.
So it's delicious. So we'll check that out in just a little bit, and then talking about crafting